Hi, statistics friends. I hope everyone is having a great week 3. This week, we're going to be working on the Chapter 4 module and the midterm project. So in the Chapter 4 module, you are working with the normal curve. Here's my sketch of the normal distribution. The good news is that you are going to get to use StatCrunch technology to make sketches of the normal distribution instead of trying to draw by hand like the picture I just showed you. The normal distribution, as you can see in my picture, is a symmetric curve, and the mean and the median are both the same value there at the center. The mean and the median are equal because of the symmetry of this curve. So in StatCrunch, I've got some videos showing you how to use the normal calculator. So the videos are in Canvas, and you'll be able to follow along in StatCrunch by going to Stat Calculator's Normal Calculator. The other part of this week is the midterm project, which is due on Sunday evening. The midterm project is an overview of chapters 1 through 4, and we're going to be using a data file in StatCrunch to incorporate everything you've learned so far in class. And I'm going to pause the video here and head over to the midterm project assignment. Here's the midterm project, due Sunday, July 5th by 11:59 p.m. Your midterm project should be typed up, and you should submit it as a doc file or PDF file in the Canvas assignment. You can download this document to Word or Google Docs and type directly in the document, or you can use a program of your choice. If you use a different program, make sure that you've saved the file as a doc or docx file or a PDF so that it is readable in Canvas. Make sure that you are clearly documenting your reasoning and calculations. Include units with any answers that you're explaining. You can paste in graphs and tables from StatCrunch. You can do that by screenshotting on your computer or by downloading the graph or table from StatCrunch and pasting it into the document. If you're having trouble pasting the graph into the document, you can just submit it as a separate file, either JPEG or PNG, when you upload your finished assignment. You can use any class notes and resources, but you must be working alone, so you don't want to work with anyone because you'll receive a grade of 0. So let's not have that scenario, so make sure your work is your own unique answers here. The midterm project is worth 850 points. And then we are going to be using a StatCrunch data file, Math 110 car models data set. So when you are in StatCrunch, you can choose data sets under the data section and then type in the file name in the search box to find the file. The project is due in Canvas on Sunday, July 5th, no later than 11:59. If you run into technical difficulties when you're uploading, you can email me and I'll help you upload the project in the morning because I'm going to be asleep at 11:59 p.m. Or you can email the file directly to me at my email, jvonbergen@losmedanos.edu. Either way is okay if you're having technical troubles. There are 5 parts to the midterm project. So part 1, worth 125 points, is the data summary. So here you're going to be explaining the variables in the data set. So you'll want to make sure you're scrolling over to find all 22 variables in the data file. You are going to explain about a study a statistics professor is conducting, if it's an observational study or an experiment. So you can look back to Chapter 1 examples to help with your explanation here. And you're also going to be thinking about bias and confounding factors. So again, you can look back at some of the Chapter 1 material we've done to help with explaining these concepts. Part 2 is exploratory data analysis, and this part is worth 250 points. So you are going to be creating graphs for categorical and quantitative data in the first 2 questions. This is what we covered in Chapter 2, so you can look back at your Chapter 2 modules and your Chapter 2 assignments to see some examples here. We're going to be analyzing a research question and creating a scatter plot. You have some experience with that in Chapter 2. You are going to, again, be thinking about a relationship and a scatter plot as we did in Chapter 2. Here in question 4, you are going to be creating some box plots, and I give the directions here how to create side-by-side box plots. And then you're going to be analyzing those box plots just as you did in Chapter 2 assignments. Part 3 is probability, and that's worth 250 points. This corresponds with the kind of calculations you did in Chapter 3. So you're going to be creating a two-way table and pasting that table in here, and then you're going to do some probability calculations. So you can look back at the marginal, conditional, and joint probabilities that we calculated in Chapter 3 and use those as examples for setting up these calculations. I know it can be awkward to type probabilities, so you can use the slash sign on the keyboard as division or write your answers as decimals, your choice. Part 4 is the normal approximation model. So you're going to create a histogram and then use the normal distribution overlay. This is similar to what you do in the Chapter 4 lab assignment, and I've put the directions in here. And then you're going to do some z-stat calculations. The z-stat's also known as the z-score. We call it both names. So this is similar to calculations that you did in Chapter 4. And then you're going to be using the normal calculator in StatCrunch to find some probabilities. Part 5, you're going to make a recommendation to me about a new car I might be interested in buying. So you've got a list of my preferences here, and you're going to use the graphs and scroll through the data set to find some cars that might be a match. You're going to recommend at least 2 cars for me to choose from. And part 5 is worth 25 points, so less than the other questions, but you want to make sure you scroll through and find a couple cars that might be matches for me to help me in my car buying decision making. So again, the midterm project is due Sunday evening in Canvas, and you can send me emails if you have any questions.